It's the SawCast. A real nigga speak that real shit on real topics every day. And I go by the name of Steve-O.
And I'm Ariel. We got a special guest here
Yes,
today.
sir.
What's good? This is John with Reed Family Baking.
Hey, John does incredible desserts. Y'all have to really check him out. Like, John, how can they find your stuff? Like, how can they order? A lot of people have been asking me that.
Yeah, so to order, my website is in the process, so I'm formulating that. So then eventually I can go to the website. But for now, you can check out Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. My contact information is on there. Call, text, email, whatever y'all want to do, we can make it happen.
Okay, so basically DM, basically right
Yeah.
now. So DM is like the quickest way you can get your stuff.
Absolutely, I'm always on my phone, so y'all
And
just hit me up.
his shipping, I'm actually in Indiana, and he shipped his stuff from California, and it shipped in like 2 days. So y'all shipping is going to be fast. Everything's in a container. It's safe. The food, the desserts is awesome. So you guys need to check it out for sure.
Yeah, quality taste, man. I ain't got to taste everything yet, but was it cookies and cream?
Yeah, you had them cookies and cream today.
Yeah, them cookies and cream cookies, man. That's a hit.
That's
my
my
top
top
hit.
seller too. So
I swear they fire. So I ain't gonna lie, my favorite is the strawberry shortcake, but they are just y'all out of this world. I think this year sold out of those, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm sold out. Right now. That's only because I baked everything before I came. Just took it on the plane with me, and then I sell it as I go. And then was the first one's gone. So
Very
I
incredible.
restocked them cookies and cream. I had to make twice. I had to make them twice. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
All right, y'all. So the SawCast has changed up a little bit. We are going to change our format from what we used to do. We're just going to now just do current events, and then we're going to do a discussion on each current event. Okay? So let's get into it. Because we're going to try to keep this a little short.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do it a little differently. We ain't gonna bog y'all down with a bunch of
Blah, blah,
time.
blah.
Yeah, so we bunch of topics to take a bunch of y'all time. So tune in with us. Let's go.
Alrighty, so the first topic is Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson. Now, this happened today. We're recording this Sunday. It happened on Saturday.
Yeah,
No, I don't even know November what.
November the 28th. November
Y'all, them
28th.
cookies got us, bruh. They fired. But anyway, they on our mind. But anyway, it was November 28th on Saturday, November 28th.
Yeah.
And so
2020.
we just want to just quickly go through, you know what I'm saying, everybody's view on what happened in that fight. John, you can start.
Man, so I personally didn't watch the fight. I was
Okay.
gonna catch the highlights, reviews, and everything after the fact. Just because I saw it earlier in the day, I was just like, you know what? My brother-in-law was just like, hey, bro, let's go ahead and get the fight. Get the fight. I'm like, you better spend $50 to see a sparring match, bro. Like, you really want to do this? Then he got to think about it. He's like, nah, you right. We can just catch the highlights afterwards. So that's what we did.
Okay.
So I mean, personally, I was like, I was hyped just because it's Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
one of the biggest fighters that I've personally ever seen fight. And then Roy Jones, like, he's been a champ. Like, he's done his thing. So for me, I was just like, it's a good opportunity for both of them, and we stuck in the house. So
Right. Why not? But what did you think about Nate and Jake
oh
Paul?
my goodness, I don't even know what started it. I just know that they was beefing, and they was talking that cash money
Man.
shit from the get go. And like, I seen this highlight literally as soon as it happened, 30 seconds in the fight, bro. Just looked like he was discombobulated.
yes.
Got hit in the head once. Fell down. Second go around, he like, all right, I'm good. Nope, KO. So, and he looked dead.
Yeah.
He didn't get up. He was
asleep.
No 10 count. No, nothing necessary done. So that's just my
What you
take.
think?
I think that the Tyson and Roy Jones fight, you know, it could be seen as a necessity. Um, for the simple fact that they giving the fans what they want to see. Sometimes you want to see legends come out and shake the cobwebs off. So I kind of like that aspect of it, giving us a chance to, see some of our favorite fighters fight again and entertain us. But to Nate Robinson, my boy.
My boy.
Do not go in there. Do not go into. Well, he'll know now not to go into the ring running into punches anymore. That boy got hit on the back of his head. Look like when you in the store and your mama pop you for trying to get something, for trying to get something you ain't supposed to get. Like he just got up. Like I was like, ah, damn, I know it's over after that.
Yeah.
Like his whole just mood just changed. I'm like, bro, you got to box.
Hmm.
This ain't just like a street fight where y'all scrapping. It's like precision in timing. And they also, if you keep doing the same thing in boxing, they're gonna guess that. They know, okay, so if he doing the same thing he's doing in round one, I'm just hitting right there, the same place. He
Hmm.
gonna fall. He went to squeeze.
He was done for.
So a lesson to him is to be like, that
Listen to your trainers.
listen to your trainers, and obviously that boy from Calabasas, Jake,
Yeah.
he obviously did some real training. So kudos to Jake too.
Oh my god. So Mike and Roy, I liked it because a lot of people who aren't our age didn't get to watch them fight. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? So they got to see them fight. You know what I'm saying? And they got to say, "Oh, I saw Tyson fight." You know what I'm saying? Even if he wasn't at his top form, you still got to see how he fight. And the form was the fucking same. Like he looked it like he could beat somebody's ass still. So I liked
Mhm.
it.
Hmm.
And Roy was doing crazy stuff, like you know what I'm saying. But you can't
Yeah, but he
if
got
he
he got
would
that
have
type of
let
style.
Tyson hit him with that power, it would have been over. So he had to do what he had to do.
That's
You know
him
what I'm
as a
saying?
fighter though too.
Yeah,
He
he
had that
knew he
type of
doing that.
style.
Yeah.
Like
So
dodge
Nate,
everything.
he didn't put that. He's so like I feel like he's so big on the top. He could have put that weight on Jake and got Jake to be like, you know what I'm saying, to calm it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like he didn't put no weight on Jake. He just was just swinging. It was just it was no form precision. Who was his like trainers? Like what happened there? Like it's like why would you go in there doing that knowing Jake got he's a white dude from Calabasas. He got money, so his brothers, cousins, and stuff is on point with the training. Like, we're gonna make sure you're right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
He
saying?
ain't trying to
So
get
what the
made
fuck
fun
was
of.
Nate doing? Like, he ain't got punched. They let Jake punch him in the back of the head, and
If you look at the replay, it wasn't the back of the head. It was like on
I
the
thought it was the back of
earlobe.
the
Nah, it's
head.
like
It's
right
about
in
like
Oh,
on the
really?
temple. It's like right in the temple.
Okay.
yeah.
That first
The
knockdown.
one where they fail though.
Nah, he hit him. He hit him like on the ear, like
Yeah.
close
Oh,
to the ear.
okay.
Like it. It was
He was,
precise.
yeah, he was just so sloppy, and I was just like, Nate, like, I just feel like as a boxing fan, if I got into the ring, I'm not automatically just gonna start swinging. You know what I'm saying? Like if you watch boxing, they don't do that. Like they watching, they trying to. If you a bigger dude, you're putting your weight on the other person. He wasn't trying
Hmm.
to do none of that. He was just like retarded. Like if he was in a real fight, I feel like he probably would have lost too. Like a dude, all he had to do was just like
Sidestepping.
sidestep, like bob and weave, and then he could get around it. So it was kind of weird. Like can he even fight? It was kind of
I ain't gonna
weird.
go that far. I ain't gonna do him like that. I ain't
The
gonna go
way
that
he was
far.
fighting though, can he even
I ain't gonna go
fight
that
though?
far.
I don't know.
Cry. I
It
know the
was, bro.
anticipation of the moment got him hyped up, so I ain't gonna ask you can he fight.
It was honestly, it was so entertaining, and then having Snoop like commentate, it was just awesome because Snoop was being so ratchet and such an uncle. Like
Yeah, he was being
bah,
such an Uncle Snoop.
get him, Roy, get him, Roy. Like it was crazy. So yeah, I thought it was a great time. All right, next topic. Boosie got shot, right? And Webbie showed up. So Boosie and Webbie was like really not talking to each other, and it was mostly because Webbie. It's sometimes it's always a time where you got a friend or a loved one who doesn't want to work as hard or doesn't want to put in as much time as you do. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to come to the studio all the time. They don't want to write all the time. They want to do what they want to do. And so I think that's where Boosie and Webbie was. They just wasn't mess with each other. But when Boosie got shot, Webbie did show up. And so my question to y'all is, have you guys ever been in a disagreement with somebody like a loved one? And what did you guys do to come back together? Did it take something bad to happen for y'all to come back together? Or what does it take for y'all to come back together after something like that? Anybody?
I don't know. All right, that's definitely tough. That's definitely tough. I mean,
Yeah.
it ain't. I don't know. Cause I mean, we all had situations, where even if it's just a disagreement, with a loved one or a close friend. I mean, we all have that. You know what I'm saying? But to this extent, I've never had nothing to this extent. I would
Well, I
say.
wouldn't say this is then, but
Yeah,
we all
but
got
but
shot.
tragedy does bring around, your loved ones
Mhm.
and the people who care about you will extend that olive branch again, even if they haven't in a while. So
Mhm.
I will say that about tragedy, but uh, nah, well, I mean, like I said, we've all had times like that before, and then sometimes it's just you just give it time and it settle down, and then whoever ready to speak first, they come back, So I've definitely had times like that with friends and family, you know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's just different depending on what happened and depending on how y'all ended it off will depend on how y'all can come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just differences. So yeah, I definitely had it, and I'm just excited that they are,
Mhm.
back. I know they might not be back exactly how, but it just shows that they really wasn't beefing over shit. Really,
Yep.
they were just
Yep.
distancing
That's
themselves
honestly
from
the
each
big
other.
thing out
That's
of it.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were just distancing.
Yeah, you know.
I'm about to say for me, like, I the one thing kind of like triggered me like recently, just cause like me and my cousin
Mhm.
Jared, that's ride or die. Like we had
Yeah.
a difference of opinion. Like I
Yeah.
can count on one hand how many times that we've ever had a difference of opinions, and it was just miscommunication more so than anything. So like I'm always one to where it's like even now like my family going through some stuff like little cousins and everything else like that. Like I'm always gonna get a benefit of the doubt because that's family. Like my parents taught me from the get go, you want to make sure that your family's always taken care of. Like I don't care what's going on. At least like now that I'm in California, make it a little bit different. When I come
Mhm.
back, like I just try to make sure everybody have a good time, and I try to see as many people as I can, but I can't please everybody too. So
I know that's probably hard for you.
it
Tough,
is
tough.
like
Yeah.
I'm very family oriented. So if I ever have some type of dispute with other individuals, I try to reach out, and then if me reaching out and that communication line isn't there yet, just give it some time. Just cause at the end of the day, they still gonna have some love for you. Like it ain't never to that extent of you gotta get somebody gotta get shot.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Oh my God, I
yeah.
was gonna die.
uh,
Right,
but hopefully it never get to that
Right.
point for some of
I
y'all.
swear.
But
right.
for me, like it's definitely like I'm gonna at least like all right, cool, like water on the bridge. Let's just keep moving.
Facts. Like, we've definitely had this. Me and Steven had had a similar issue, like a Webbie, Boosie, where we were putting in a lot of work, and then the other person wasn't necessarily into it as much as us, and so, but that person our family. So at the end of the day, it's like we don't. It's not. I feel like they always can come back into the mix. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be a time where you completely just shut that person off. Like I never am going to shut that person off completely. Or if we have disagreement, I'm never going to just shut that person off completely. I always have an open spirit in my heart for that person. Now, when it comes to friends that are new, I don't really care about mending the friendship like that. But if I've been friends with you since 8th grade, like me and you have John, like you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to want to give up our friendship that fast,
Yeah,
especially over something like that or it's a disagreement or you know what I'm saying, or a family member or something like that. But like I said, if it's a friend and it's a disagreement, I'm not necessarily going to put in all of that work to try to mend it. And that's probably something that I need to work on personally. You know what I'm saying? I probably should put in the work more to mend that. But I don't know.
I feel like it would just depend on like what that issue was. Like
Yeah.
each
I think
situation is
yeah.
gonna be different. Like
Mhm.
if it's something that where they disrespectful, like to in front of your face or behind your back, and you find out you confront them about it, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But like if it's something where, like I said, just some miscommunication, yeah, difference of opinions, surface level stuff that ain't going against your morals and beliefs,
Right.
bro, drop that and keep it moving. Like
Facts. Like
if you really care and want that person in your life, just have them there.
yeah, like sometimes, like you said, John, you just gotta get over stuff. You just gotta let stuff go.
Man, we
Like
adults.
Yeah.
it's childish. Like if the person don't want to do as much as you, then that's fine. They just not there in that time of their life, and you just gotta keep going. And then once they see you doing more, or once they see it going somewhere, then they probably want to come on. And if you have it in your heart, let them do it.
Yeah.
Help them out. So it's only gonna help you in the end to help other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, Megan Thee Stallion's ex best friend put out a diss record, and she went online and she said Tori was, well, some dude, we don't know if it's Tori or not, but Megan messed with a dude that she had messed with. So her and Megan are no longer best friends
That's
anymore.
messy.
Right.
Yes.
Messy.
Messy.
Super. Have you ever messed with someone that messed with one of your closest friends, or vice versa? Like, had someone that you know ever messed with somebody that you dated, and like tell us a story about how that happened. Anybody want to start? Stevie, you can definitely start.
Mhm. How you know I can start?
Feel something
Right.
about something.
Oh, fucking talking that shit. Nah, man. I feel like it's as long as it's established. Well, I don't want to go gender roles on it, but I will go gender roles on it because I you know I don't mean to take it there, but it has to because with women it's different. Like it be more personal sometimes. I ain't saying with all women, but for the mass majority of women, it's like more personal. Like the way that society is and the way you are when you younger, it's like another one comes around, another one come around. But women, they hold an attachment to a man sometimes, and they be like, okay, that's mine. That's like a token, a coin, or something. You know what I'm saying? That's mine. So it's like, all right, girl, you know I was messing with him. Girl, why is you even messing with him? You know what I'm saying? Like some women won't even mess with you if they knew that you had their friend's number.
Yeah.
Like you ain't even had to y'all ain't even had to mess around. Y'all ain't even had to go on a date.
Me.
Just for the simple fact that
I know.
y'all was interacting with each other. That other woman be like, no. See, but dudes, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a little different depending on what y'all relationship is, what type of dudes y'all are. Because I know back in the day when I was in high school, my own personal occurrence of this, I had a friend of mine that dated a girl after I did, but he came to me and was like, "Yeah, bro, you know, me and her started talking such and such, woo woo." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool with me," because I was over the situation, you know. But it's even some dudes who be like, "Nah, man, you know what I'm saying."
Yeah.
It depends on the person and depends on because men or women, it really just depends. Usually, most of the times, women don't want to because they are more iffy about their situation, but men are more open to having that be something that's okay with them. But like me personally, I feel like if it's a situation, if y'all didn't have like years together, y'all don't have like a family together or something like that. Like if you just talked to a female, I believe that it's fine. Like if it and it depend on the extent of you and that dude's relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all done and you know they done, and you also gotta know this too. If you saying you done with a female and it's an acquaintance of yours, don't get mad, bro.
Yeah.
Cause you already know what's going down. You already know what's going down. They was looking at her while you was with her. So when you done and she say she done with you and you say you done with her, don't matter if y'all still texting or not. It's gonna be something that might go down. So and it's 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be somebody you know. If the more people you know, the more likely that it is gonna be somebody that you know. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I'm about to say,
So
especially if y'all in the same city and like this and that. Yeah, make it
Yeah.
and
real
y'all hang
messy.
around
Listening
similar
to the same
crowds.
side of town.
Yeah.
Right. Even
You
if
don't
y'all in the
mix it
same
up.
type of crowds, like it's gonna be
Hey,
like
same age group.
right. I mean, you go to the
Same
same
interests.
bars, they go to the same bars. I mean,
Yeah.
you like this type of stuff, they like that type of stuff. I mean, so
Okay.
He hit it on
yeah.
the
Nah.
head. I personally don't get involved in stuff like that.
Okay. So nobody you've messed with has messed with,
Nah.
and vice
So
versa. Okay.
like that's one for me it's like my brothers and everything else like if they like my friends and my brothers. Like
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of guy friends. Like I have a lot of female
I
friends,
agree with
but
that.
they strictly friends. Like they come to me, they console to me, like we talk and converse like they want a male's
Hmm.
perspective. And I tell everybody that I'm messing with straight up who is in my life. Like they will know. If they want to be with me, this is who it is. Like you take my word for it. And I hope you respect that and understand our relationship. And those people, I have close friends. Like I have very few people that I interact with that I've met or less than 3 years. So if it's over 3 years and I'm still rocking with you, you family. Like
Yeah,
I don't
type.
have a lot of new people like in my circle. And if you are new, hey, look, it's I'm a high and by. I'm real quiet Cause I'm observant. I'm looking at your actions. I'm judging.
For real.
Judging straight up.
You got
Like,
to.
what you
People
what are you
around you.
about? Cause I have nice things. I like nice taste. I like to take trips. I like to do a lot of different things, and it requires me to have a real steady and stability. Like when it comes to my lifestyle, and if I don't have no type of stability, I'm running a whole business. Like you trying to get me caught up in some other stuff. Like you taking me away from my end goal. So for me, it's like I personally don't interact with that. My peoples, if they do it, I know some people who have, and it just causes more headache than what's necessary. Especially if everything in the dark does come to the light eventually.
Yeah.
So, hey, like if y'all do it, man, be safe.
He said, "Be safe." He said, "Be safe."
So yeah, one of my friends did ask me because she messed with a dude that I had messed with. He's one of my best friends, and I was like, shit, I don't give a damn about it. Because at the end of the day, like that's not a dude that I care about. You know what I'm saying? So if it was a dude that I cared about, yeah, why do you want to mess with this dude? You know what I'm saying? But this ain't a dude that I really care about. Really don't have no type of connection with this person or anything like that. So I wasn't tripping. So I said, yeah, why not? So to me, there should be no reason why them as best friends should not be best friends right now. Like you shouldn't be taking any dude who is willing to mess with you and mess with your best friend is not a dude that you should care about like that.
But you
Cause
know,
he don't really care.
but look,
You know what I'm saying?
but you gotta check this too, because some people might think of the Tory Lanez situation, and it couldn't. And like you said, probably not even a Tory Lanez situation. Like, what is the time frame on this? Like, y'all been best friends for how long? What's the time frame on this?
Right, like it
Is
might
it
not even been him. Like for me, I think that it might not have been Tory. So that means that you already knew that Meg talked to
right?
whoever it
Right.
was
So this is
before
just
that.
gossip.
Yeah.
So, but no, she said that though.
No, but I know. But I'm saying like, like it's unnecessary. Is what I'm saying
Yeah, it
because
is.
what? Because a lot of times we as the consumer of the news be like, oh damn, what the fuck she didn't fuck with one of her friends niggas. I'm like, wait a minute, they've been best friends for how long? What's the time stamp on this? If it's more than if it's already happened, if it ain't Tory, shut the fuck up.
Right. Why does it matter?
Really?
Right. Why does it even matter?
But also, you gotta say this too: friends clashing, women gossip. Women say some of the most hurtful things about old past friends.
Yeah.
So
They'll tell your
that
business.
that'll be something that's like, oh yeah, y'all think she's something, bitch. She be taking up my scraps, and y'all think she famous, but that bitch don't do nothing but follow after me. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what she
And
was
that-
on too. That's what she
right,
was doing.
she
She was
heard
doing to niggas
that
too.
that song was trash too.
Garbage.
Tell her go
Now,
back
Kelsey, you know you wrong for that damn song. That says trash.
the fuck was that?
Garbage. Bitch, when did you start rapping? You're not a rapper. Right. Anyways,
Sit down somewhere.
she had stressed me out listening to that. I didn't even listen to it. I was listening to the snippet. It was like, wow.
Yeah, the snippet. I'm like, nah, bro.
What was
It's
the
not
point?
even. Eh.
I-
Eh.
You didn't even listen to it, right?
No,
Nobody
it's
want to hear that.
irrelevant. Like, she's irrelevant. Like, you're not a star. Like, why are you talking? I'm trying to bash this other girl.
I
Like, why?
swear.
Ain't even no point. And she shouldn't even be talking right now because of what she going through. Like, come on now. Like, you know what she going through. And you still speaking of shit that don't even matter. Like you said, irrelevant.
Right, because at the end of the day, I just feel like any female that is going to take the side of a nigga who tried to mess with you and your friend is not a female that you need to be friends with. And so I'm glad that Megan's not friends with her. They don't need to be friends with each other. Obviously, it's toxic. But yeah, it's just like you always gotta choose your friends over your day ones. You gotta choose them over everybody else. Like it don't really matter who it is. You know what I'm saying? Even if my best friend is wrong, I'ma argue to y'all that she's right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell her behind closed doors she wrong.
Don't do that again.
Right, don't do that.
Right. Girl, you
Y'all
was
say her looking
tweaking.
crazy.
Right. Girl, you was tweaking.
But I'm not gonna say it in front of everybody, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, just knowing that my friend is successful or my friend is trying to be a business person, they're a artist, their PR affects their money, their bag. I'm not going to try to ruin that for my friend. So I'm going to keep whatever I got to say on the low. You know what I'm saying? There's no amount of money that she's gonna get, which she's not gonna get that much. That's going to like make up for her the the karma that she's finna get from doing her friend like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of like try to put your friend down and like stop some of her money, even though it didn't, but you could have, and that's not good. Like
Right.
it's something like that shouldn't be around you.
Nah.
Nah.
Not at all.
No.
To the left, girl. All right. Anyway, so there's been a lot of talks about the Grammys, and basically they weren't acknowledging artists, even though these artists believe that they should be acknowledged in the Grammys. So my question to y'all is, do you think having a Grammy matters, and why does it matter? So John, you can go first.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's still like you want that accomplishment. Just to say that you have it. Like a lot of people that you may not even know have a Grammy, like are actually out here getting their bag, doing their thing. Like those producers, those engineers, like everybody. There is a whole other side of the music industry that I personally am just now getting exposed to. Cause again, my cousin Jared, like he got his own little studio.
Mhm.
Like he's trying to get bird rights to certain things, and like he's working with some big name artists, and he's engineering on the backside. So like for me, like it definitely is like one of those things like notoriety for one. Like you get nominated for something, and like people start looking at your work more, and your popularity increases just based off of being nominated. So even if you don't win, like just say, hey, Grammy nominated artist, or
Yeah, that's
engineer,
huge.
producer, like. Not a lot of people can say that, so I definitely feel like even if they have any right to be nominated or have done something that blows up, like definitely, I fully support that.
So you think that it makes sense for people to be mad if they weren't nominated?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
They're entitled to how they feel for
Mhm.
sure, and like it. There's a lot of people that don't get like again that notoriety and justification of all of this hard work that they've done. Like, granted, like even if you don't win, cool. People voted or whoever votes for these things, like let it be known, because like they say like Doja Cat or
Yeah.
like she had won something like over like the little baby is like I think it was little baby or something
I
like
think that was at the AMAs, but yeah.
Yeah, but like
It
even
was
that
like, what?
situation,
But still.
Yeah.
yeah, but even that situation, like who was bigger? Like in reality,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
who
in
was actually
reality, yeah.
putting in
Yeah.
the work. Like no offense to her, like not taking anything away from her work, but like little baby to me and the community that I'm around and I've experienced is way bigger than her.
But you gotta think about the community that they're
Yeah.
around. Their experience, the
Exactly.
AMA community,
Yeah,
American Music Awards.
true.
Community
Right, in
is more of a
America.
Doja Cat over Lil Baby.
Valid.
Who's more socially acceptable at a 16-year-old birthday party?
I got you. But
I know what you mean. Though.
yeah,
No, we get it, though.
Yeah,
We
no,
get
for
it.
That
real,
makes
for real,
sense
for real.
though. Like so, for me, like, hey, I'm still supported. Like, definitely get your note. I need that nomination.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, if I ain't a rapper or anything like that, but shit, I'm on
If I
the song.
was.
I'm on my feature. I'm on my
Real
name on it.
though.
Like, put me in the brights of everything. Like, I
Yeah,
want to be seen.
I need to be on a split sheet.
Yeah, something.
Go ahead, Steven.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Cause Grammy nominated. Just saying Grammy nominated. Anything nominated. You know what I'm saying? Cause that makes a actor more of a bigger actor. Cause
Academy Award,
cause they
yeah.
was Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
They a lot.
nominated.
Are Academy nominated, like you said. Like you said, like it does give you like a leap frog, because it's like I got accolades behind my name, and only the best get these accolades.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's kind of a thing like that, and then you can determine your price can go up too, because they introduce you as Grammy nominated artist, blah blah blah, or Grammy Award winner, blah blah blah. Like damn. He damn near the business.
Yeah.
He real deal. If he nominated, even if he
Yeah.
nominated, you know what I'm saying? He the real deal. That mean he creating a spark in the industry somewhere. People noticing him.
Yeah.
I need to get him at my concert. I need to book him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for some event. So yeah, in that aspect. But then I don't think I think that it's also a politics
I
with
was
it
just
too.
about to say that too.
Bro.
It's
I
also a
was going
politics
there.
too. You
You
know
know I was going there.
who is your AR? Who is your producer rubbing shoulders with?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
What matters.
And then it's also whose brand is more socially acceptable? It's more universally acceptable. Let me say that more universally acceptable. It's more than one genre out here. You know,
Facts.
Are you just doing hip hop, or do you got a little pop with you? You know, have you crossed over and did a little country? Did you got rock? You know what I'm saying? It's like, have you touched any of these other industries? Do you know any of these other people? Have they had features on your song and vice versa?
Yeah.
So you gotta think about stuff like that because it's a lot more that go into it than just like,
Having a good song.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely for
Yeah,
sure.
like I was definitely gonna say politics. Like I feel like everybody hates that politics is involved, but unfortunately, in every industry, you have to rub shoulders with people to get to the top. Like you can't be like I'm a business person, but it's so hard for me to want to like I in school as an MBA, having an MBA. I have an MBA. Everybody like, yes, you have an MBA. You should be doing this and that. That means that I know everything that I need to do to start a business. So the difference between me and an entrepreneur is I'm an entrepreneur, but I have an MBA. So that means that when you're an entrepreneur, you just go into some shit. And you like, well, whatever comes with it, I'm gonna go it as it goes. But as a person who has an MBA who has read what entrepreneurs have done, I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I do a lot of work to prevent that, and then that prevents me from getting other shit done because it's just me instead of me just doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? So just feeling like and then I don't want to rub shoulders sometimes. Like I don't want to have to beg people to buy my stuff all the time, even though you have to, because marketing, you have to market yourself. You have to get your name out there. And the only way for you to get your name out there is to rub shoulders, talk to people, tell people about your product, be here, do this for free, do that for free. You have to do stuff for free. And I'm all for it. I always give my products away for free to people. Like if I feel like they're gonna give me some business, I will make stuff for people. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. It's it's everybody thinking that I shouldn't have to rub shoulders with people. I shouldn't have to talk to people in order for me to get notoriety. That's not just how it works. It just doesn't work
Yeah.
like that. And I feel like, John, like just to you, you have a bakery company. You can feed motherfuckers and not really, as long as you get a good following, people who you can feed, you can get some money.
Right, you can
But
feed yourself.
John did you was just doing this competition where you were trying to get to the top. That's
Yeah.
notoriety. That's you rubbing shoulders with other bakers.
Yeah.
Now people know who's Reed Family Bakery is because you did that. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with the baby. He's been doing all these songs with these weird artists that we know nothing about, but these are people he's rubbing shoulders with, and that's why he's Grammy nominated.
Yeah.
So you can't just be rapping with Young Thug, Future, Gucci Mane, and think you're gonna be Grammy nominated. You gotta go to these.
Gotta
You gotta go
branch
to
out.
Bad Bunny, and you gotta go to
Yep.
Jennifer Lopez and do a song with her. You can't
Yeah.
just do songs with.
That's true.
Yeah, networking.
Yeah.
Networking is a key concept and aspect because it shows you versatility. People like people who are versatile, and a lot of times, some people, when sometimes I notice when an artist is going to a versatile moment because I see it in their music, and I'm like, okay, they trying to branch out, they trying to reach out
Oh,
to some
yeah.
other people,
Absolutely.
And
and I
normally their
respect
fans
it.
don't like it,
Yeah.
I respect it though.
but they get other people.
Exactly.
I respect
Yeah,
it because
and
I
that's-
see it. Because you got to see what's going on
Yeah.
to really respect it. Like they not trying to keep making the same money.
Yeah.
They trying to make some more money. Like you can't keep
Some
doing the
different
same
money.
thing. Like fracks, some different money. Some of that different money be real.
For real.
Yeah. For real. That's real.
Really, I feel like artists do it right when their core audience likes whatever different type of music they do. Sometimes artists be going all the way to the left, and they be like, their core audience be like, nah.
That ain't it.
But as long as you try to merge it with, go to the left, but merge it with your core audience, like, then that's when you get like a Beyonce and a Shakira. Like, yeah, we like that and we like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you do something similar to her in that way where you do something where there's a star like you. Like, she's a Beyonce in the Hispanic world. So
Right.
they're
Yeah.
like similar. You know what I'm saying? Or with the
So how you
I'm
feel
trying to
about
think of
Lil
another
Wayne
person.
then?
Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So when he had his whole Rockstar album and like everything else, like, did you feel like he went too far left on
I
that?
never even listened to it.
I ain't listened
I
to the album
what?
either.
He had a Rockstar album?
Yes.
See, that's crazy.
Yes. He had
But
a
I
full
mean-
album
We
like
didn't
the
listen
But
to
he was going
he was already going down when,
He is
when
a
that
rock
happened.
star, though.
But he tried to diversify, but he went too far, and then like he really just lost everybody.
He
To
kind of
me,
lost touch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
lost
he
touch with
did
everybody at that
lose
point.
touch. I think he did.
So
Okay.
Cause his name, not like irrelevant as like a relevant name. It just became like his music kind of like disappeared off of people's minds.
yeah,
It was like, okay,
Oh, after that album.
yeah. It was kind of like, all right,
Cause he like
Lil Wayne ain't making no
okay,
music
that's
no
a
more.
good
You know what I'm
example.
saying?
Yeah.
Kind of a
That's a
self
good
retirement
example.
moment.
Okay.
Like,
And so my view on Wayne would be different because I feel like Wayne be everywhere. I mean, he does a lot of features.
he does. But he also had an album that released
Didn't
last
know,
couple
though.
years, like everything. So it's just
See?
like, but that was
Yep.
even back in like we was in high school.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
stopped
like,
listening after that.
exactly.
You're
Like
right.
you lost your entire core fan base for the
Yeah.
most part,
It
just
was- it was
based off of
strong.
one album. I'm just like, bro, like you gone.
Yeah.
Lost cause, bro. But
cause then if you
Yeah.
don't,
I still rock with you, bro.
Yeah,
Not
I think
really.
The Weeknd was like one of the ones who was like saying like he should have been on there, but it's like The Weeknd. I don't know of The Weeknd songs that are diverse than his thing.
It's like he just got R&B.
You know
Like,
what
he
he
do?
it's
He
that
do.
soft,
Like, I don't really
I'm about
hear-
to serenade you.
Yeah, like
That's
he ain't
it.
never. I ain't really heard him.
it's like
He made
why-
like a couple, but that's
It's
about
like you
it,
feel like
maybe.
you should be Grammy and Award nominated, but everybody else ain't feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, but your fans are like, it's fire. You know, so but they said maybe you should go by the charts. And I'm like, I personally don't think that Old Town Road should be a Grammy nominated song. Like, even though a lot of people listen to it,
It's
it was on the
catchy.
charts, it was number one. Just because you're catchy or you're number one at the time doesn't mean you should be Grammy and Award nominated for a song.
It just got the most PR.
It's
behind
cloudy.
it.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
they get played the most, and then they hype it the most, and it just continuously
And you
on
can
the
buy
radio. Right.
You can buy all of that. Like, if you got enough money backing you, like, you can get your way in there. Like, that's not a problem. Then people just like, oh, request it, because they used to hearing it and they ain't heard it in a minute. Like, oh, yeah, of course you're going to go to a radio and be like, hey, I want to hear this song.
Right.
But they already got their list of however many songs that they got. Like, you can be
Right,
like,
that
oh,
they
these
play
are
throughout
20
the day or so.
Yeah, I got 20 records I can play as a DJ. Like, all right, cool. Then that's it.
Right.
My
The end.
songs was-
Right,
was
the
changed up
end.
a little bit, but
Yeah, so to me, it's like just feeling like I'm supposed to have a Grammy or nominated album. Like, no, like you can't just think that you are supposed to have something if you're not doing the work in the industry to rub shoulders with other people. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, you got to put the
You
work
can't be
in, and
yourself.
you got to diversify
get
your
awarded.
catalog
That's
pretty
It's
much.
the bad part about getting rewarded is that you have to damn near tell everybody what you're doing. It has to be seen what you're doing for you to get a reward for something.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's an award given to you, you have to be known as the person to do that, and everybody knows you're doing it, so everybody agrees that you're the right person to get this award. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
So
tough.
if you doing it and you doing it well, but don't nobody really know nothing about it, then you could be the best at it, but nobody really knows. So nobody's like, if somebody's like, well, John should get this award, I'm like,
That's probably one of
let
my
me look at his numbers. His numbers look right, but I ain't never heard of John before.
yeah.
Have you heard
Right,
of John?
yeah.
Yeah,
John?
that's one of my
You
hardest.
got
aspects of
them
business.
top level
Yeah.
execs. All them top level execs. They ain't listen to the same thing that we listen to.
Yeah. So I recently just started, like, for my personal business,
Mm-hmm.
I started investing more into LinkedIn. Like, I'm just like, I ain't even thought about it because I was did my thing for HR recruiting all that. I got like 2,000 people on that's connected with me on LinkedIn. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let me go ahead and try to use that.
Yeah.
Like, I got more people on LinkedIn than I do on Instagram. I'm just like, how is this even possible? But it's cool. Like, let's go ahead and
Yeah.
tap
It's
in.
easy.
Like,
Right.
So, like,
Let's work with this. Let's work with
Yeah.
it.
exactly. So
Work
it's
with
like,
what you're
That's
giving.
awesome.
and my
Yeah.
professional side is still connected with my personal brand. So it's like people rock with me just on the faith that they know what I'm about. Work
Your
ethic-wise.
professionalism and everything. So.
Exactly. And so, like, that's like probably my biggest issue right now is just the marketing and PR behind everything, just so I
Right.
can try to grow.
Yeah.
Like,
Same here.
like,
Same
I'm
with us.
Same
Same
with
with
us.
us. Same with
Same
us.
with us.
Like,
Same with us.
that's,
Like me, so what we was trying to do with the SawCast, and we was gonna be transparent with our audience. Like, we was just trying to figure out for our first 20 so episodes, just trying to figure out what is the SawCast, like what do we want the SawCast to sound like whatever. So it's not on a Apple Music or nothing yet because we didn't want it there. So we put it on YouTube because we wanted to do analytics on it. So we have really good analytics, and we both IT people. So we got really good analytics going through like this is what our people like. We try something different. This is what they like. They like the mini cast. You know what I'm saying? Just doing analytics to see what they like before we push it out there to be the brand. You know what I'm saying? And so we were doing that mostly when we were when we were working and doing that before COVID, and COVID just helped to slow it down a little bit so we could really focus. You know, so
help us think about because we have less distractions, so, you know, more to think about the focus and the direction of what
so
we're
now we
going
know
next.
who to market to and where to put our stuff at. We know Facebook is a place where most of our listeners are and who our listeners are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like
absolutely.
getting that and getting an understanding of that is hard. You know.
Yeah, because you can't just do it. You gotta consistently do it, and then you gotta like reach out again, and then you gotta, you feel me? It's just like consistently. When you tired, you gotta keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Like if you really want your brand to increase and grow, you have to be your hardest worker for your initial few years. It has to be that way till you can hire somebody else.
I know it is for you. And then John, me and you are in the same position as far as Access by Ariel, and then John has his own baking company where we make our shit.
Yeah.
We have to make our stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't make nothing, I don't make no money.
Right.
So I have to make it.
Basically.
Make it. We gotta take pictures of it, or we gotta find somebody to take our pictures.
Yeah, I do
post it. Swear to God.
Or
Descriptions.
Like does it. Like I was just like exactly. Like,
bro, we gotta do descriptions for our website.
Yeah.
What colors we want for our website?
Everything.
What our logo look like? You know what I'm saying? Where are we gonna put our stuff up to sell it at? You know, because I gotta go. I do Etsy. I do my own website. Like
it's a lot. Like and you don't.
And you're only one person.
Exactly. Like personally for me, it's like I try to network and build like a team around me.
Yeah.
So like I got my cousin Jared, my roommate Marcus, and then my other homie named Shank. And like we all kind of meet up and just partner because, like I said before, like we all do our own like independent things, but we come together as a team. Like we have meetings that we go to, like where we just talk about like, okay, these are the problems, and then we try to address those things.
That's awesome.
And just try to build that circle. Like I had this circle before I left, left LA. Left Indiana and go to LA. Like no, like nobody was even remotely thinking about going into business for themselves. And it's just like getting out there, like it just kind of changed my whole perspective on life, seeing there are millionaires just based off of what they're doing, like in their own lane, but they diversified, they networked, and they built their team. So I'm like, cool, like we're gonna get our team together, like we in all different lanes, but like eventually, like it's gonna connect. Like
it's gonna
I can
merge.
just imagine like being in a city like that where there's millionaires that just
self-made.
Yeah, self-made millionaires.
Because you know it ain't
it's not. I mean, if they
not
are
too
like
many.
it's
some, but right. They in their own lane.
They ain't rocking with everybody. They not trying to build a community of other people and build up. Like that's the hardest part, and I think that it took me going away to actually kind of realize like I love Indianapolis. I love everything that it has to offer, but at the same time, it's not for me. Like it's like I love my family, but.
But you gotta know. You gotta know that though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know that.
You gotta know yourself and figure out what you actually want to do. Because like Ariel was saying, like this whole building a website, actually creating the product, and that's all time. Like time that you can't get back as soon as you spend it. So it's like really figure out like what you want to do and focus on that. Like get your friends, family, whoever else is actually supporting you, talk to them about it. Get some different ideas, get perspectives, and then just go for it. Like that's the entrepreneur in me.
Swear.
Again, he giving y'all he dropping some knowledge on y'all.
Is like it's honestly marketing is so important, and that is the damn subject. When I was doing my MBA, I got good grades in marketing because marketing is basically get yourself out there, but it's so tedious. Like you have to do it constantly. Like you have to have. They were saying like have 3 posts every day. Then you gotta get your email list. Then you gotta make sure. Like I started putting videos on TikTok, and then you know what I'm saying. If I'm doing a TikTok video, that might be 2 hours out of my day, and then After that, I gotta get in the mode to sew some shit together, and then I gotta get in the mode to take the pictures of it, and then I gotta get in the mode to put it on my website. It's a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? And so it's not. And I was having this conversation with somebody earlier this week. They were just saying like, Black people, y'all should just get an LLC, y'all start businesses. It's a lot of work, and so if you're not like us, where this is just something that you constantly want to do all the time, it's going to be difficult. Not saying everybody can't do it, it's just going to be difficult, but everybody can't do it.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't want to do it. So I don't like to put pressure on people to try to do it.
Oh no.
Cause it's sad. Yeah, it ain't for everybody.
Yeah, you can't. You can't, because it ain't. Like, it ain't the same. It ain't the same.
It is
everybody,
difficult,
and everybody don't
for
share that
sure.
same drive either.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
you
just
can
about to say that.
right. You can tell a
Yes.
person to do something, but if they ain't got the drive and the will to do it, it don't matter.
It
Sit on
don't.
the couch and watch Netflix.
Right.
Like some people just want to go to work for 8 hours and come home.
But it ain't nothing wrong
and
with
I
that
would
though.
love.
I respect
I
that.
can't wait for those people to work for me because they're gonna try to get as much done in them 8 hours that they can, then
So they can go live their life.
live their life.
Right. If
But
that's-
we're choosing to 24/7 be thinking about a company. When you have a business,
That's what it
when
is.
you're laying in the bed, you're not thinking about nothing else but your business. You're like, oh man, I didn't take the pictures today.
Right. I didn't wash them dishes because that
Oh,
man, y'all dishes and stuff I go
Lord.
through. Man, I hate washing dishes. That's like the worst thing. If I can hire somebody just to wash my dishes and afford it, I would do it. I'm like, here, go wash.
I swear
They
to
gonna hire him a maid.
God. John, like, I don't like cutting my fabric.
man.
Oh, I be like, I don't want to cut this shit. I gotta measure, cut it up.
See,
It's too much. It's
man,
always something.
always something. But
And
it's a
you
part of the
can't
business.
if you don't wash your dishes, John can't make nothing. If I don't cut the fabric, can't nothing get made. Like
Yeah.
so, it's like you have to get over humps every
Right,
day.
I can make somebody sick just off if I mess
Woo.
something up or get somebody allergic to
Yeah.
peanuts. Like,
Yep,
it's
I
so
hear-
many
yeah.
things that go into like what
That
I
is
do
so
in my
true.
art. Like I've been doing
That
this
is
since I
so
was 7.
true.
So it's like 7, 8 years old in the kitchen with my pops. Like he taught me everything.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing this 20 years. So it's
How
like,
does your dad feel about what you're doing?
like so when I told him I was going full time with it, he was like, damn, that's a lot of cookies you about to be selling. But he respects it. Like he sees the hustle, and like every time I talk about certain
That's
things, like
awesome.
he definitely supports me. And like anytime I ask for something, I get it. Like mom, like that's why it's Reed Family Baking, just
Mhm.
because like my family helped me get everything to where I am. Like granted, I'm out in LA by myself doing everything, but like I come home, I'm at my sister's crib. She's washing dishes or like doing some other stuff, like running errands for me. Mom's is washing the dishes for sure. She just jump in the kitchen, just do it because she used to my dad doing it. And then pops,
Shout
like
out to
he
moms.
come in there and coach.
All right, shout out to
Like,
mom.
Moms are the truth when it comes to your business. Like my mom said, make sure she works at a daycare and she wears my shit all the time,
Mhm.
and they're always like, "I need whatever you got." Like, and
Yeah.
she gets me business all the time. I'm sure your mom. Probably
But that's how a
learned.
lot of marketing, like nowadays we so used to commercials and
The best
social
marketing
media
in the world.
advertising,
Mhm.
face to face and in person.
Best.
It's
the
different.
best.
It's
Number
different.
one.
It's you get more of a sell that way because it's less a person's less likely to say no, or they can actually test the product right then
Mhm.
and there. So it's like, oh, okay, I do like those treats and those
Yeah,
Man,
pastries.
my dad just took cookies to his job every time. Like when I land on the plane, they like, hey, stop at the job on the way back. It's downtown, so he like, hey,
Yeah.
look, just go ahead and stop by. I already got an order ready for you. Like
That's crazy.
everything. Like
Lit.
it's like this. Like I'm nonstop.
Family's
That's
not-
what's up,
it's
though,
not-
man.
it's not a
That's
joke.
what's up,
They
though.
help a lot.
Hey, family definitely helps.
And that's why I tell people a lot of times, if you want to order from a small business, just try to go to the owner, like, and be like, if you can't afford to pay like for whatever product that you see, you could just come up to us and be like, I can't really afford it, but I really want to support, and we'll help you figure
Right.
out a way to support. We need your support, like,
Right, 'cause-
we're
'cause
not gonna be
then-
like, nah, you broke, I can't take your money. Nah,
Right,
we
I'm not gonna say no.
ready.
But in exchange for that, it could be a fair exchange. It's, okay, well,
Yeah.
I may give you a test of a product for you to advertise my product. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So then in return, you are getting business from doing business essentially. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
If there's a market space or some type of clientele that I haven't touched on, like I'm
Let me
definitely
tell
reaching
you.
out to people. I'm like, hey, look, bro, can you market this? Like I've paid for marketing before.
Mhm.
Like if y'all ever rock with Mike G, like if
Mhm.
you haven't heard of him, like check him out.
Mhm.
Like he literally is like a food connoisseur here in Indy. Like I connected with him, started marketing. Like we went to college together, so we was cool. But like, he literally supported me, and like I got money just based off of
I'm
that. I got
saying.
sales, like everything, and like just reach out to your peoples, and like they'll definitely help support. Like I help support anybody that reach out to me. And if y'all say y'all want something, like all right, cool, like we can figure something out if you can't afford necessarily the pricing.
Right.
Cool,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
I'm not worried about it.
Like just sometimes you have sometimes you have as a customer resources that you don't necessarily realize you have yet. But
Mm-hmm.
we as entrepreneurs might see it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I see that you got that, and
Like
if you do that on that day, or if you go to work with this on, then
I'm constantly trying to network with
hey,
people that have a strong social media presence because
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
social media in a way. Like, y'all, I
I'm
have a personal
trying. I've
page,
been
but
going crazy.
my
But
business page I post all
ugh.
day. So it's like that. My business is my life, and I really just try to help promote that any way I can. So I've
Mhm.
had people that with millions of followers like repost it, and like they using that to barter with me. So I'm like, cool. Let me use that same mentality with everybody else.
All right, so let me go to our last topic because we was gonna touch on COVID, but I think this one goes more so with it. Elon Musk made $111 billion in 8 months
Sheesh.
during the pandemic. Do you think there should be billionaires in the world? Do you think it's unethical for there to be a billionaire? Like,
I don't
so
think.
how do you feel about billionaires
Can I jump
altogether?
on this
We
one
can
first?
wrap up on this.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You
Go
can comment on it
ahead.
first.
So for me, like I respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like from the businessman in me is like, hey, look, you got your bread, you made your network, you done the work. Like you definitely deserve to be compensated for it. And it depends on the person. Them billionaires individually, see
Mhm.
what they do with their money. Like I respect them more if they do give back to the community. If they do
But
reach
they're going to because it's a tax write off.
up again, but
They're going to
they're
do
being
it.
strategic.
Yeah.
They're being strategic with their money. So
So
of
you
course,
can't necessarily say, John, if they give back to the community that they're a great person because they're
depends on
going to
what.
do it if they got
It
money.
depends on who it is, though. If they
Yeah.
truly believe in that
Like
whatever,
Bill,
yeah,
yeah,
that bill or whatever else is going on, like
yeah,
those individuals that they're helping support,
yeah.
they're going to do it more than once. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not just like, oh, you hear this person being, oh, he only did it this year. Like, okay, they do it multiple years. They've been
Mhm.
doing this the last 10 years. Like, and you actually see them supporting it out
Yeah.
publicly. Like,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother thing because you do something publicly, like people gonna rip you a new one when you got that money.
Yeah.
So they gonna judge you. They gonna jump to conclusions. All of that. So like for me, if you were supported for a long period of time and you got the bread, please, please, please give back to community.
And I'm
That's
the
a,
community. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
I'm gonna say them cookies. Like I got
Right.
you. Whatever you need, bro.
Steven, what you think?
Nah. I recently been reading a book on the first black millionaire, Reginald Lewis. And it's titled Why Should the White Guys Have All the Fun?" And he started off as a lawyer, and the way that he got into law school, he kind of just like was utilizing his resources. He wasn't like one of the. They had like five picks from his school. He wasn't out of those five picks, so he knew the professor, one of the professors who was close with like the dean, and he was kind of close with the dean too because he did a summer program and he excelled. So after doing that summer program and excelling, he went to the school, and then after learning that Harvard did a little summer program for students from different schools that were aspiring to be in law, he kind of just he was like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a letter to them. So he had his professor write him a letter of like recommendation, and it was real well. And he went to the dean of students, and it went from there. And then he got into Harvard, and after that, he just kind of was spiraling and spiraling, and he always um, put a lot of work in. You know what I'm saying? When other people would sleep, he put a bunch of work in. So I agree with John. Like if you put that work in, you deserve to get compensated. Um, but it's like $1 billion, that many billions of dollars, is a whole lot of motherfucking money. Like I feel like he should, even if you don't, get back to charity and everything, find a way to redistribute some of your money so at least the country won't be so poor. I just don't believe that we should have people making that many billions and then we should have as many poor people as we have. It's just like we can create other ways. I know it's a balance, you know what I'm saying? You don't want everybody to be making the same money in society. I get that. But if you have people out here working, you can compensate them. Decent bonuses. As long as he take care of his company, I ain't saying take care of all the motherfuckers. What I'm saying out here, even though they could. They could look out for they could look out for the college students and their student loans.
Yeah.
They could, but you also got to think like it's their money. So what is they gonna do with their money?
Right.
It's their prerogative. It's their
Yeah.
perspective. They work to get that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's either you own the business and you can um say what to do, or you gotta follow the structure. So if
Yeah.
you ain't running shit, you gotta follow the structure. So we can be low on the totem pole and say that motherfucker at the top should do this and that, but that motherfucker with the billions, he ain't even hearing us. Our words ain't even reaching that motherfucker.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Not at all. So I feel like it's kind of unethical for you to be a billionaire just because I know how billionaires become billionaires. They have to, like, you literally have to mess over, fuck somebody over. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
For you to become a billionaire. If you are paying everybody what they're supposed to be paid, then you cannot make money like that. You know what I'm saying? If you can
Typically.
just take Master P and Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Who's a billionaire? It's not fucking Master P. Master P paid all of his artists, you know what I'm saying, what they were supposed to be paid. Sometimes he paid more. You know what I'm saying? And he made sure everybody was straight.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy did not. Diddy did not pay his artists what they were supposed to be paid. He paid them what they agreed to be paid.
But
And they were ignorant. They were ignorant.
That sounds like that's bad business on their part.
It's definitely not necessarily their fault, but at the end of the day, you're still, you know that they probably worth more. You know what I'm saying? But because they're ignorant, they're so it's like,
It's a give and take.
yeah, it's unethical because you know that your ass is fucking them over, but it's not that bad because they really agreed to it, but it's out of ignorance and you know they ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But
Master P knew he had ignorant people on his team.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was like, I'm not going to fuck y'all over because y'all don't know nothing. I'm going to try to let y'all understand it and try to see how I'm doing it so that y'all can learn, so that y'all can make money. And that is why he's not a billionaire, and that is why Diddy is. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of it is unethical, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to mess somebody over to become a billionaire. Should it be billionaires? It's going to be. It's going to be in a capitalist society where everything is based off of money and wealth and class. Even in other countries and class and stuff. Yeah, there's probably going to be
Somebody's still
billionaires.
gonna be eating at the top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's just how it is.
so it's like it's going to happen, but it's kind of messed up. At the end of the day, it could go either way because you're like, "Ugh, they agreed to this little bitty amount, but they don't know a lot about nothing to know that they're worth more. So they went on ahead and did this. Like, just pushing somebody to sign a 10-year 360 deal is fucked up. No, if you know they broke, they family broke, they need money, they need 100 racks right now to change their life. You know what I'm saying? And you sign them into a 10-year 360 deal, taking all their money, and they don't know nothing about the 360 deal. They don't even a lot of black men don't even know how to read. So they're not reading this fucking contract. So they're not going to read the contract. They don't know what's in it. And they need money. So you're like, $100,000 for 10 years of your life. They don't know nothing about it. Like,
Yeah.
they sign it. And then they start learning because when you get money, you start learning.
Yep.
And they're like, ooh, I signed that deal. This is
Bad.
kind of fucked up. I want to get out this. And they're like, nah.
Too bad.
And they're making money off of that. And he was becoming a big billionaire based off of those type of contracts. So,
I feel like
I don't
all
know.
companies do that though. I feel like all companies give you
All
you're
of
only
them.
worth this amount for this year
Yeah.
of your life. I've personally been a part of that, and I was like,
We
you
all
know
have.
what? Like, you know what? I'm worth a little bit more. You try to fight for more, and
Yeah.
especially after you get in the groove of things, you start getting something and you master it. And like for me, you already know, like I'm focused. Like
Yeah.
when I'm about something, like I definitely master whatever it is that you asked me to do in a very short time frame. So for me to be one salary for a year and a half, like, bro, that's not gonna satisfy me at all. Cause 6 months
But
in,
you're educated as well. So the fact that you even have this everything that you said is some educated ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were like, I don't know about the salaries, not the same, blah, blah. Niggas is not doing that. Like, niggas is
Nah.
like, 50 racks a year. My mama make $25,000 a year.
And
She
she made it
always
work.
been
She made it
Right.
making 25 racks a year. So I make 2 times that.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Like,
That was
I'm
my
cool with it.
mentality.
Yeah, at first, but then like I said, as you get more money, you get more educated because you get more time to free your mind when you get money. So then you can start talking like you talking. Like, I don't know nothing about, let's negotiate.
Yeah.
They like negotiate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, negotiate my shit.
Now the first time, like, that's real though, cause like
For
now
real.
I'm like, bro, like the first offer they give me, I'm like, okay, what actually come with it? I'm reading
I'm
everything.
saying.
Like,
But
I'm
how
not-
long did it take you to get there, John? To
Yeah.
I mean,
think about the
You had
first
to you had to
offer.
start somewhere, right?
Yeah, no, I've been hurt.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere. You got to be tired of it. But
Yeah.
some people just don't know no
Yeah.
better and they don't get tired of it. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? And then it just because of what they used to. And then they be like, all right, that's just what I'm used to. So then I'm going to keep going. But they ain't figuring out why this just keep happening.
Yeah.
When you figure out why this keep happening, then you already on a different route.
Yeah,
You on
gotta
a
ask
different route.
questions.
It's a different thought process. Not everybody has that thought process though.
Facts. Like,
That's
you know
true.
how you just said, like, I'm worth this for this year.
Yeah.
Think about if you thought that you were signing a short-term contract, but nobody read it to you or anything, and you ended up looking at it later when you on your mental space,
Yes.
and it's a 10-year contract, and you trying to get out of it, motherfucker, like, no.
Right.
That's fucked up.
I've done some
And that's how they be
reckless
making
stuff.
money.
I've done some reckless stuff. My first job out of college, like they told me I could travel all over the country. I get compensated for it. And at that time, I didn't really have no bills. Like I'm just like, all right, cool. But like I was only getting $35K a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, to me, like you offering me, like I ain't never seen $35K. Like I was making 10, 13, struggling through college.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, and I'm paying most of that to go back into the school. So I'm over here eating Wendy's, fofo, like,
Facts. I
well,
feel you. I
backpacks.
feel you. I feel you.
Steak and
Fofo.
shake, like $4 meals. Like, hey, like I'm just trying to make it work.
That was the shit back then, boy.
And I'm just like, bro, like, and I'm still living at the crib. So I'm like, I'm out here hustling, trying to make it, and then they offer me this. Like, bro, like 3 months in, I'm just like, this is a terrible idea. Like, I love to travel, don't get me wrong, but like that can
That's a lot of
only
work.
satisfy you so much.
Yep,
You know
yep,
what I'm
yep.
saying? Like when you constantly just tired from traveling so much and now you ain't really got the funds to go do whatever you want, like it really does suck. So that's what triggered me, and like after that I was like, nah, like tell me what I'm getting myself into. All right, show me in paper, show me in writing. I'm asking 20 questions.
Yeah, the questions.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, what about this? Like, what about that? Like, they hated me. Like,
I
and
know they did.
but it's like
That's how
I
they
want to
do
make
it.
sure I get myself right, because at the end of the day, like I'm never really satisfied with what's going on right now. I'm thinking about 6 months to a year later. Like,
Yeah, that's the mindset you gotta have. A lot of people don't have that, and it takes time. You have to
Oh,
teach
yeah.
yourself that mind
You
state.
really gotta
They
fail
don't-
too.
Yeah, you gotta fail and be willing to get back up. Cause some people fail and not willing to get back
It's
up.
hard to get back
But
up though.
when you fail, when you fall and when you fail, you gotta, like I said, you gotta learn from that. And and you don't just learn to get back to that. You learn to get past that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Where I failed at, I want to get past that place. You know what I'm saying? And every time you fail, it ain't supposed to be the same. You supposed to fall knowing something more than you knew. So you don't fall as hard every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have hardships in life, and sometimes, you can calculate the best formula to success. And you're like, oh yeah, I failed 3 times in a row, and every time I failed, it was better and better. But you might just have that one time that you just got hit with a curveball that you wasn't expecting, but all that life experience taught you how to overcome those other situations. So now you just on a different level now.
Yeah.
So you just gotta continuously keep that mind state and always stay hungry. Cause when you get full, that's when you fuck yourself up.
Yeah. Get complacent real quick.
Complacent,
Yeah.
complacency. That's what it is.
Whew, so like I said, like I don't know if it's ethical to like have somebody agree to something that you know they don't completely understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
Bro,
if it
not.
is.
It's not ethical, but it's business.
Yeah,
It's
business.
business.
It's not ethical, but
and
it's business.
It's how you get rich.
Somebody
Yeah.
told me recently, like even like, well, I've been hearing it for a while, but like at the end of the day, like it's business. They don't care about who you are as a person. They don't care about what you have to offer outside of what they already told you to do. Like at that point, it's business. Like they
But
can let you go tomorrow, and it's a at will at will state. Like you can be gone just like that
but you
and
have to.
replaced.
But you gotta think about it. In reality, if you really, honestly, if you operate strictly off of morals and ethics on every single last decision you make, you won't be rich.
Not at
You
all.
won't be
Absolutely
rich.
not. That
You
is
won't
not how
be
you're gonna
rich.
be rich.
It sucks, but
That's why I be trying to tell people like I want to be a billionaire. You're never going to be a billionaire unless you're willing to fuck somebody over, and you don't have to say that out loud. You know what I'm saying? Because the billionaires are not saying that out loud.
and see,
But just know if you want to go that route, that is what you're going to have to do.
yeah, you gotta
And the fact and the
capitalize.
people hate billionaires, and because of that, you know what I'm saying? Because people are educated and they understand how being a billionaire works and how you get there. Uneducated people who are just like, I want to be a billionaire because I'm just tired of worrying about money. That's different. You can't, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of a lot of things that bother me. It's just like, I want to have $1 million. I want to do this and I want to do that. It takes years
Years,
first of all.
yeah.
Because
I was
Jeff,
making $1 million at 30.
I'm saying
Not happening.
Jeff Bezos,
Boy.
who did Amazon, he started Amazon in I believe the 90s. So
Yes.
it's 2020.
He started Amazon in the '90s, I believe, out of a garage.
Garage.
Yeah.
Just like I think Bill made it did or Apple did.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, and no boy too. Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg of
Well, he did
Facebook.
that at school.
He did that at college.
But
Yeah.
in college though, he was,
His
you know what I'm
friends,
saying?
Like we definitely could have done that with our classmates.
Hey, but you know what I do regret? I probably would have been a rich man. Bitcoin mining. We definitely used to do Bitcoin mining. We did Bitcoin mining as a project in class. And if I really just would have grasped the concept of Bitcoin mining, if I knew anything about the stock market back then, I would have been on that. Like I would have been a millionaire just off of investing in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I'm about to say, like, I learned a lot, failed a lot. Like, this is me just trying to educate everybody
go
else.
ahead.
Like,
Yeah.
this is my second time running this Reed Family Bacon. Like, I opened it back in 2016 when I was still in Indy. Like, man, my prices was low. Like, y'all, if y'all ever told y'all, or y'all see something where it's
Yeah.
like I was doing like $7 cookies $7 for a dozen of cookies, and they was fire like that. And I was like, yeah,
Oh,
bro,
no.
I gotta raise
Hell
my
no.
price just because it's like, granted, I was trying to make more sales.
them
And,
cookies change your life.
yeah, but it's like those are the type of things that you learn as you go. Like,
Yeah.
you learn your value. As
Right.
an individual.
Yes, sir.
You
And-
learn about profits, what
Yes.
that means.
Yes, and it's not necessarily like that's just smart business. Like that's not even
Yeah.
trying to be unethical. That's me
Yes.
knowing my worth.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there is levels to it.
Facts.
Like, and not everything somebody does is to be
Right,
out
to be
get you.
to be out to get you.
So
You
let's
gotta
clear that up
value
now.
right.
So y'all
If they
understand.
feel like their product or their service is worth that much money, maybe it is.
Yeah, and if you willing to, like, you can always say no. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to buy, but
Yeah,
no.
but normally, like small businesses, they're not doing that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they
Because we
not.
can't we're not, a lot of times we're not buying our stuff wholesale to where, like, it's like a lot of times we're buying things at a time or as we need it when we're smaller.
Yeah.
I know you probably get a lot more orders now and stuff like that, but me, as far as me, when I get an order for something, then if I already got the stuff, I already got the stuff. But if I don't, then I'll probably go buy the stuff. I'll try to get it for a lower price. I'll try to go here, there, get it. But I'm not buying wholesale all of my supplies right now. I'm
Yeah.
just getting them as I need them. So,
That's how I
yeah,
feel.
small businesses ain't really gonna fuck you over. That's probably why people like them. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like John said, all businesses, even if it's a billionaire business, Amazon, they're not like, it's not like they're fucking you over as a customer.
Yeah.
They're like
They're
maybe paying their
playing-
workers less, or they're not
Yeah.
giving as much health care as they could, or they slacking somewhere. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not
cutting
necessarily.
costs elsewhere.
Yeah, you gotta balance your
cutting
budget.
costs. Gotta cut the costs.
Yeah, so it's not like they're doing something for their customers
Because
bad, but
you gotta think.
so, yeah, I just want to clear that up because I think John made a good point there. Like, they're not trying to fuck y'all over as far as their customers. They're trying to do whatever they got to do to keep you.
Yeah, the customer. But
You can really call them and you probably get some free stuff for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? So they want to keep their customers. It's just the employees and people like that they try to cut corners on, and they're supposed to. They have analyst strategists.
Yep.
Definitely. That's why they do that overseas employment and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's why a lot of things are not made. You wonder why they not made in America, because the price of labor is cheaper over there.
Yeah.
So I
Of course you
mean,
gonna go over there.
right? Why not? Why not go over there and get it? The price that they have, that they can pay somebody to get it over there and ship it over here, is probably be half of your salary.
Like, they pay probably
half
for
of
a
your
developer
wage.
in the United States is probably 120 racks a year for you to be a developer in the United States. In fucking India, what is it, like 30,000-40,000 a year? That's probably high. That's probably a lot in India.
Yeah, they,
You know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
like, it's crazy the amount of money that they can save just by doing that. And they have 20 people that's lined up ready for that job.
Ready.
Oh yeah,
And
and
they
would
won't-
love it.
Yeah.
Would
and-
love to
Qualified.
and
be
will
honored.
do it at as much as they want. Like, won't sleep
Can't wait
12,
to
12
like
hour
travel,
day.
get that visa.
Exactly. So they ready to get to America just because they know like they can make more. So like, I definitely recruited for them. So I was like, I definitely
Yeah.
know.
He already
Oh
knew.
yeah, you do know a lot about
Yeah.
that.
He already knew.
That's awesome. All right, y'all. So I was gonna go to COVID, but I won't because we running out of little time. But I guess so we can skim over a little bit. COVID-19 has messed us up as our group of like 18 and 29. That is the group that I'm talking about more than anybody. Like, I believe it said 60% of them lost their jobs, and the 60% that did, if they got a job again, they got a pay cut, or they still don't have a job, or they try to do something else.
Yeah.
So I just want everybody to understand just real quickly that, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot going on. Just be mindful of what you're saying. Like, don't tell people like what to do with their stimulus. Don't tell people what to do with their unemployment. Like, people are struggling. Like, just be more cautious of what y'all saying. Like, you should start an LLC. You should take your money and invest.
But then,
It's not the time.
But then
for that,
everybody,
y'all.
we gotta think too. Everybody doesn't want to be an investor. Everybody doesn't want to be a business person. So if they don't want to be that, let's stop trying to force that down everybody's throats. Like, for people who want that, like, if we know anything about that, all right, let's give them a heads up. Or if we somebody that want to do that and we know somebody else that's already doing that, don't hesitate to reach out, because you'll miss 1,000% of your blessing not trying. You know what I'm saying?
John, you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, like for me, like this, like baking is my passion, so that's why I invested in myself. I'm one of those statistics that lost their job, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, my side hustle about to be the main hustle.
Yes,
Mhm.
sir.
Keep it
Amen.
moving. Like, I'm not about to sit here and wait for nobody to pay my bills.
Thank
like,
you.
I'm gonna get that taken care of off the rip. So, like, for me, like, it's a different mentality, but like, do whatever makes you happy. At the end of the day, like, as long as your bills get paid, your people's good. That's all that matters. Like, you don't have to do all this extra stuff if you don't want to. Like,
I feel you, and this don't feel bad. Like, if you have to go and ask for help, and you need help from somebody, or you need help from the government or anything, you should. For 18 to 29-year-olds, we should be able to demand that, because we don't really have as many children and stuff like that.
Right.
So we are the main ones who were paying into taxes. We were paying a lot of taxes when
Yeah.
we were working. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is crazy to me, how politicians always going back and forth on how they should give us our money. Like, oh, that's too much of a 1,500 is too much for you, because, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
because this or
Because
that.
this and that.
Yeah.
This is my money.
right. I
This
paid
is
y'all
the
this
18 to
first place.
29's money. Like, why
Right.
are we debating on whether or not you should help me so that I can get more money to put into the system? You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's gonna go back anyway.
Right.
Don't even feel bad for asking for your stimulus. Don't feel bad for getting your unemployment. Don't feel bad for hustling or doing whatever you got to do. I know people did OnlyFans. Like,
And I say, don't believe the
don't
hype,
feel
man.
bad.
And don't believe the hype, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people out here surfacing the media with this image that they got going on.
They do
Man,
not.
please don't
I
believe the
read the
hype, man.
They
statistics.
scamming.
Right,
Oh,
they scamming,
yes.
man.
They scamming.
They
Even if it's the
scamming
government,
y'all.
they scamming.
Right, that's what I'm
They are
saying.
doing something, bro.
I
Right,
swear to
definitely,
God.
because ain't no way that we got these outrageous statistics out here and everybody getting it. No way,
No way,
no
Jose.
way. Don't and then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you see somebody that's getting it, they might be getting it. They might have found out a way to get it through this pandemic. But just go ahead, wait on your time, and don't
No.
be envious.
Yeah.
Wait on your
Yeah,
time and
it's
don't be
weekly.
envious.
Millions of people weekly are filing for unemployment, not monthly, weekly. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so don't think that whatever you're going through, nobody else is going through. That's really the reason why I went and looked for statistics because I was like, damn, am I the only person like going through this fucking hell?
Hell no.
No,
We all in
Not
it.
at all.
We all in it. We all in this together.
we definitely in this together. So thank you so much, John, for coming
We
on the
appreciate you, my brother.
podcast.
Hey, definitely.
Really appreciate it.
Hold
This
on,
was
hold on, hold
awesome.
on, hold
Oh,
on,
go
hold
ahead,
on.
go
One
ahead.
more time for the people, just in case they didn't catch it at the beginning.
So Reed Family Bacon. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All direct message me. That's the best way to order whatever y'all want for desserts. I do local stuff for like cakes, but like cheesecakes and all of that. But I do ship cookies and brownies. So
They are so good, y'all. Like, and I did like a little marketing video for him, but it was really just me just talking shit about the cookies. And y'all, I am not a dessert person. Like, I'm so real. I am not a dessert person, but these cookies and these cakes, Jesus, okay, wow, I ain't never tasted nothing like it.
Nah, they definitely good. Y'all should go ahead and get them and purchase them, and we gonna shout him out, and we gonna send y'all where his location
Yeah, we
is.
definitely gonna link
You
it
know,
in the
link y'all
bio.
to him so y'all can get these delicious pastries.
All right, and thank y'all so much for listening to the SawCast. Like, subscribe, and shit, comment to our shit. And thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all
Yes,
next
sir.
week. Bye.
We went